Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jade. For those of you that haven't practiced with me before, I'm going to be taking you through a really nice practice which is great for athletes. I've had a lot of messages from people who play football, from runners, from cyclists, so this one is for you. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I've just got a few props here. You might need a yoga strap, and you might need 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, I'm just looking around my house now, maybe use books or like a stack of CDs. I can see some CDs in front of me. Or anything that's kind of sturdy so you can put a little bit of pressure, a little bit of weight into it. But if you don't have that, then you can just use the floor, but having blocks would be great. All right, so we're going to get started in a child's pose. So as we come down into our child's pose, 2 options. Knees can be nice and wide, or knees can be together. I'm going to go for the knees together and then just start to extend my arms forwards and drop my forehead either down to the floor or it might just hover above. Again, if you have those blocks, you might just want to bring a block underneath your forehead. And just spend a few moments tuning into your body, noticing your breath. And just start to really become aware of the side body. So you're noticing how it feels into the left and the right shoulder. Noticing if your palms are flat or maybe you've got those 2 small little tents there as you press into the fingertips. And just start to notice your breath there. So notice that rise and fall of the belly onto your thighs. Again, starting this really nice grounding posture, allowing that body and that mind to settle. Good. When you're ready, just nice and slowly remove that block from underneath you. From there, you're going to walk those hands over to your right hand side. So you're feeling a really nice stretch there into the side body. Good. You're going to walk the hands back through the centre. And then over to the left hand side. Again, press the floor away from you. Feel that nice big stretch into the side body. And then hands come back through the centre. Slowly wave the body forward so you're coming through a tabletop position. Good, just move those hips nice and slowly from side to side, so you're just releasing there. And just notice how that weight feels into the palms. Notice how it feels into the wrists. And then really nice, you're going to start to extend your right leg back behind you, so toes are in connection with the floor. You're just going to press out through that right heel. You should find a really nice stretch into your right calf. Again, try not to collapse through the upper body, keep nice and strong. Press the mat away from you, hug the belly button in. And then we're just going to pulse it back and forth. So again, you're just pressing out through your right heel, keeping both hands nice and grounded, linking that breath with movement. And then nice and slowly, you're going to slowly start to come forward. You're going to lift that right leg and just sweep the left arm out in front of you. Find a little bit of balance, a little bit of stability there. Try and keep the spine in neutral, so keep the crown of the head reaching forwards. And then release that left hand comes down. Draw the right knee. Tap your right knee down onto your right tricep. And then lower down. Good, extend the left leg back behind you. Again, toes in connection with the mat. Press out through the left heel, find that stretch. For me, I always have one calf that feels a little bit tighter than the other. So my left side, I spend a little bit more time on. So just notice how this feels into the left calf, into the hamstring. Making sure we're not locking out through the knee. We've got a soft micro bend there. And then shifting your weight forwards and backwards. Nice and slowly, feeling that stretch into your left calf as you press that heel towards the back of the space. Good, nice. You might also get a nice little stretch there into your ankle. And slowly come forwards. Lift that left leg, draw the belly button towards the spine. Reach the right arm out in front. Good, notice how the body's feeling, notice that breath. And then release your right hand comes down. Draw your left knee there, tap onto your left tricep. and then shoot it back. Good, draw that left knee back underneath you. Lovely, really nice. From there, take the knees a little bit wider, sink the bottom all the way back, find a child's pose, drop the hands down to the floor, maybe the forehead comes down. You should find a nice stretch there into your hip flexors, a little bit more into the upper back. Again, big toes are touching. And then nice and slowly wave the body forwards, come back to your tabletop position. From your tabletop position, you're going to send your bottom back to your heels. Now, toes are going to stay tucked under. I'm just going to move those blocks so you can see. So as you can see, I'm right onto my toes. My toes are spread into the mat. And I'm dropping my bottom right back onto my heels. You're either going to love this pose or hate it. So again, just make sure you're spreading the toes. And you're not putting all your weight back. You're just kind of hovering above the heels. And your palms are just onto your knees. Now again, if you have really tight ankles or tight calves, this is going to be a really nice stretch, but you have to do it a couple of times to appreciate it. So as we're here just sitting, just think about something really nice. Think about that coffee you're going to have, and just try to ignore that sensation that you're feeling into your ankles, your toes. Try and stick with the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Try and keep smiling as you reach your arms nice and high. Good. From there, your right elbow is going to come under your left. Eagle arms, so backs the hands or palms together. We're just holding here, so we're opening across the back of the shoulders. Distracting our mind from that sensation into our feet. And then take the arms out to the side, cactus those arms. Reach the arms nice and high. Opposite side, so left elbow is going to come under your right, backs the hands or palms together, eagle arms, draw in through the core. I'm here with you guys. I can feel that pain into my feet, my toes. It's not a pain, I'd say it's more of a sensation. We'll go with that. It's just not very pleasant. 2 more breaths for 1. And for 2, really nice. Take the arms out, cactus those arms. Lovely, reach those hands behind you into lace. Slowly inhale, come up. Whew. Turn those toes over. Lovely, just give those feet a little bit of a shake out. Good, hands come down to the floor, shake them out, circle them. Lovely, that's the end of the practice. I'm kidding. From there, you're going to push back into your downward dog. So you're going to press into your palms as you curl your toes under. Just take a real nice exhalation, push all the way back. So as we're back in our downward dog, just think about pedaling through those feet. So we've just stretched into the arches of the feet there, the tops of the feet. Just notice how that feels into your calves, your hamstrings. And again, with your downward dog, it doesn't have to be perfect with your heels flat. You can go for that soft bend through the knees and just pedal through the legs. Downward dog's always going to be different for everyone, and every day is going to be different as well. So if you've been running lots or doing lots of squats, then you'll find the body is naturally tighter. And again, if you're not used to stretching, you may have to come down to your knees and just take a tabletop if that's more accessible. Lovely. From there, we're just going to stretch into the tops of our feet. So keeping your left foot grounded, just point your right toes and come onto the top of that foot. Good. Keep pressing with your palms. Feel that release into the top of your foot. Working on that arch as well. And then ground your right foot down. Left side. So again, bend your left knee. Pick up your toes and come onto the top of that left foot. Nice and slowly breathing into that foot. And then ground that left foot down. Take a soft bend through both knees and just gently tiptoe there to the top of your mat. Good, nice and slowly. Shift your weight forwards there into your toes so you can feel that real nice stretch into the backs of your calves and your hamstrings. Bend through the knees as much as you need to. And then from there, you're just going to grab onto opposite elbows. Allow that head to be nice and heavy as you just sway from side to side. Lovely. From there, rolling up nice and slowly, releasing the fingertips, allowing the head to be as heavy as possible as we reset that spine back together. Good. Soften the shoulders all the way down the back. Take a nice full breath. Sweep those arms all the way up. Lovely. Exhale, bring the hands down. Good. Inhale, sweep them nice and high. And exhale to lower fold forward, swan dive. Good. Take a nice big inhale through halfway lift. Bend through the knees as much as you need to. Exhale to fold. Good. Keep your right knee bent there. You're going to walk your hands over to your left hand side. As you walk the hands over to the left, just press the mat away from you so you're getting that real nice stretch into the side body. Good. So that left leg stays straight, both feet stay grounded, just bending through that right knee. And then walk the hands back through the center. And then opposite side. So walk them over to the right hand side. Bend through your left knee and again, just press the mat away from you. So again, you can really feel that stretch into the side body. Lovely. Come back through the center. From there, peace fingers are going to grab onto your big toes. You're going to take a nice big inhale through halfway lift. So again, nice long spine. And as you exhale, melt the body forwards. Feel that release there into the backs of the calves, the hamstrings. Using that breath. And again, if you can't reach your big toes, maybe use that strap that we have. You can wrap that around the bottom of the feet. In fact, if you do have a strap, you're going to use that strap. So, even if you have like a glute band or anything that can be kind of used as a strap to come under your feet, again, that's going to come underneath. And you're just going to wrap your arms around it a few times. You're going to take a nice big inhale to lift. And as you exhale, just fold the body forwards. Again, of course, you can use a longer strap if you want to. I've just taken mine into half. And then slowly release. Good. Leave that strap there at the top of the mat. From there, you're going to step your left toes back. Good. From there, drop down to your left knee. You're going to take a nice big inhale as you sweep those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Good. Hands are going to come onto your right thigh. They're going to interlace. You're going to shift your weight forwards so you can find that release into your left hip flexor. Okay, keep drawing in through the belly. Shifting your weight a little bit further forwards. Making sure there's no pain there in that back leg, in that back knee. Toes can be tucked under, or it can be on the top of the shin, whichever's more comfortable. And then from there, we're going to slowly start to take it back. So half splits. You might want to use your blocks here underneath your hands. If not, just wiggle those right toes forwards. And again, you can flex your right foot so you can feel that stretch into the back of your calf and your hamstring, or you might keep that foot nice and grounded. Good. Make sure we're not rounding here. So you want that nice long spine. You can always walk the fingertips a little bit further forwards. Spine in neutral. So gazing there towards your toes. I'm just going to look beyond mine because mine aren't painted yet. Again, softening those shoulders down the back. 2 more breaths for 1. And for 2. Good. Ground that right foot into the floor. Curl your back toes under. We're going to inhale, come all the way up, high lunge. Good. Really nice. Bend a little bit more into that front leg. Again, draw the belly button in, spine nice and long. And just gently open there to your warrior 2. So again, your right toes are facing forwards. Your left foot is facing the long side of the mat. You're just bending a little bit more into your right knee. Lovely. Straighten that right leg. Take a nice big inhalation, draw in through the midline. Reach your right arm forwards and exhale to come down through your triangle pose. Again, pull back that left hip. Keep that left glute nice and active. And feel that stretch into the side body. Keep your right leg nice and strong. 2 more breaths for 1. And for 2. Inhale to come back through your warrior 2. Nice and slowly start to cartwheel those hands, come down, frame your right leg. Drop back down to your left knee. As you nice and slowly press into your palms, you're going to shoot that right leg back behind you and press out through the heel. Good, nice. Option 1, just keep that foot there. Option 2, reach your left arm back, grab a hold of that foot and just gently kick. Giving a real nice stretch there into your right hip flexor. And then lower your left palm, ground your right knee down. Take 2 cat-cows here. So you're going to inhale to lift and open and exhale to round. Good. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back there through neutral spine. Curl your 10 toes under, exhale, push all the way back, downward dog. Good, pedal it out through the legs. And then nice and slowly send your gaze there to the top of the mat. You're going to take a little bend through the knees. You're going to tiptoe all the way to the top. Lovely, hands come onto the shins, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Step your right toes back. Drop down to your right knee. Take a lovely big inhale. Sweep your arms towards the ceiling. Good. Keep drawing in through the core. You're shifting that weight back so you can feel that engagement there and that release into your right hip. And as you exhale, you're shifting your weight forwards, bringing the hands down into that left thigh. You should feel a really nice stretch and a release into your right quad and your right hip. Good. Making sure that breath is nice and soft. Again, toes can be tucked under or on the top of that foot. And just coming a little bit further forwards. And then slowly again, shifting your weight back, reversing that movement, coming into half splits. So again, left foot can stay nice and grounded, or you can wiggle those toes forwards and maybe start to flex your left foot. Again, just notice what feels best for your body. And I like to come onto the heel here so I can feel that stretch a little bit more into my hamstring, but you might want to keep that foot grounded. If you have your blocks, again, you can start to use those blocks either side of that leg, either hands onto the blocks, or you can come onto the higher edge if you need to, just depending on what feels comfortable for you today. Again, always listening to your body, making sure you're never forcing any of these poses. I always say if you can't breathe and smile, then you've probably gone too far. Good, nice. Ground that left foot down to the floor. From there, we're going to come up into a high lunge. So curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Inhale to come all the way up. Draw in through the core, press out through the right heel. Feel that stretch into your right hip flexor. Lovely. Slowly start to open there to your warrior two. The left heel here should line up with the back arch of your foot as you find that warrior two. Lovely. Full breath, inhale, straighten that left leg. Bring your left arm forwards and exhale to start to find that triangle pose. So right arm's going to reach nice and high. If it's too much for the right arm, that can just come onto your hip. You can look high to the side or down to your left big toe. Good, really nice. Inhale to come back up. Bend back through your left knee, find your warrior two. You're going to cart with those hands, come down, frame your left foot. Hit it round to your right big toe and drop down to your right knee. Pushing into your palms, scooch that left leg back, and then find, as you press through that left heel, lifting through the chest. Option one, you might just want to stay there. Option two, you might release your right hand. You might even use the strap. So you bring that strap onto the foot, and that strap can come over your right shoulder. Or if you can, reach the foot, then you might just want to reach your arm back and grab a hold of that foot. Again, just notice what feels best for you as you lift and open. Keep breathing, keep smiling. And then release that right hand down. Draw the left knee back underneath you. Take those two gentle cat-cows. So inhale to lift and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Good. Coming back there through neutral spine. From there, send your bottom back to your heels. Release your hands onto your lower back. Forehead comes down to the floor, child's pose. 2 breaths, breathing for 1 and for 2. Good. Bring the hands forwards. Again, come back through that tabletop position. Swing the legs around to the left-hand side, coming back onto your bottom. And then just straighten those legs out in front of you as you slowly lie back onto your mat. You're going to take your strap with you as you lie down. Lovely. Then from there, you're just going to draw your right knee into your chest. You're going to wrap your arms around, give it a nice big squeeze. Lovely. Just notice how that feels. Again, if you need to modify, you can bend the left knee. And then you're going to grab a hold of your strap and you're going to bring it onto the bottom of your right foot. Press that foot into the strap. Feel that release into the back of your calf, your hamstring. And we're just going to hold here for a few moments, softening those shoulders as you slide them down the back. Keeping that breath nice and soft. Good. And again, you can have that slight bend through the knee if you need to. You don't have to lock it out. In fact, don't lock it out. Just think about pressing out through the heel and always keep a soft micro bend through that knee. Again, you can keep it at 90 if that feels better for you. Or you can draw it a little bit closer towards you. Sometimes it's quite nice to bend that bottom leg, making sure the tailbone isn't lifting up, that spine is nice and long, but it just gives you a little bit of a grounding and stability there through that left foot. Or sometimes you feel a deeper stretch, releasing that left leg down. Good, release that strap, lower that right leg, comes all the way down. And just notice, hopefully your right leg feels a little bit longer than your left. Don't worry, it's not longer. Just checking. And then you're going to lift that left leg up to the ceiling. Good, that strap is going to come onto the back of that foot. You're going to draw that left leg in towards you again. Soft micro bend there through the knee, pressing out through that left heel. Keeping those toes flexing towards your face. And it should feel like a real nice stretch there into the back of that leg. You can always release one hand, your right hand if you want on your hip flexor, or you can bend that right knee. Again, my left side is always tighter than my right, so I do spend a little bit longer on the left side. Not hours longer, but a couple of moments. And then nice and slowly release that strap. Just bend that left knee in towards you, give it a nice big squeeze. And then release that leg all the way down to the bottom of the mat. And just bring your hands, rest them onto your belly. Okay, just allow the whole body here to soften, to melt into your mat. And then nice and slowly, when you're ready, draw those knees in towards your chest. From there, peace fingers are going to grab onto your big toes. You might just keep the soles of the feet together here. You might open through one side as you find your half happy baby. Or you might be able to open through both sides. As you press out through the heels, keep that lower spine planted into the mat and just feel that release there into the hip, the groin. And then nice and slowly cross your left ankle over your right. Hands come onto the tops of your shins. Take a nice big exhale to rock back. Inhale to come up. Crossing your legs over or just straighten your legs out in front of you. Hopefully it feels a little bit more spacious there into the hips. And then just bring your hands to your heart center and open your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you haven't already, subscribe and hopefully I'll see you soon. Namaste.